Today I've got a really exciting video for you. It's about the 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover. This is a new add-on from the brand 8 Sleep, which you put on top of your mattress. Some of their previous beds were smart beds and they're big, bulky, lumbering things, and you have to have their exact mattress if you want to use the technology. But this one is kind of cool because you don't have to have an 8 Sleep product. You can put this on any bed, and I'm going to talk about it because I've been trying it out for the past month. So basically in this video, I'm going to cover everything that you need to know about the 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover, starting with the policies that this thing will come with. Then we'll work our way into things that I liked, some things that I didn't like, and at the end I'll try to have a final verdict so you can decide who is this thing best for. Should you get the new 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover? And I'll obviously talk about price and everything else you need to know. If you do need any more information about this thing, check down below in the description. We'll have our full written review and hopefully some more content about this, comparing it to some of the older 8 Sleep beds. But without further ado, let's get into this.
Boom, 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 boom. Let's talk about beds at the Slumber Yard. Let's talk about beds at the Slumber Yard.
Now, right out of the gate, let's cover some of the policies that the 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover will come with if you do decide to order it. And I do want to say that 8 Sleep did send us this thing for free to review, which I have been doing at my own house. Sometimes people say, do you guys even sleep on the beds? Yes, we do. I've been sleeping on this thing for the past month, and I can tell you all about it with some real life facts. But before all that, I just want to say that this thing comes with completely free shipping. It'll show up to your house in 2 boxes, and it'll probably take you less than 10 minutes to get the whole thing situated on top of your mattress. Now, the part that does take a little bit of time is the priming of the device and setting up your account in the app. I'm pretty sure all you need is an email or something like that. It's pretty easy to set the account up, but the priming process will take a little bit of time. You have to fill the thing with water and let it cycle through a couple times, but you don't have to be really vigilant. It's really no big deal while this thing primes. You could probably go and do something else like eat some vegetables or cut a business deal like business mafioso JD on his yacht.
Yeah, I'll do it for 30. No, 40? Okay, 50 grand. Okay, yeah, I actually got to get back to the bedroom. This thing's priming, so.
Now, once the thing is in your possession, you get a 30-night sleep trial. So once it's all set up, you can try it for 30 nights and decide if you do like the new Pod Pro cover. If not, you can get free returns within that trial period. And the thing is backed by a 2-year warranty. This is definitely one of those products where you want to read the policies and warranty before you end up buying it, because it does have some tech involved. It's way different than a normal mattress warranty. If you need any more information about the policies or warranty, check down below in the description. We'll try to have some helpful links for you down there. But first off, I want to cover what the 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover is and what it does. So it basically is a cover that attaches to your bed, and it's pretty simple. It comes with this thing called the hub, which will sit beside your bed or on a bedside table or wherever you decide to put it. Now, that thing you actually fill with water, and the water circulates through your mattress, and using the app, you can control how warm, cold, or neutral the bed feels. The bed also has some vibration features to wake you up. It's got a vibration alarm feature, and then the app does all of the sweet sleep tracking. The hub connects to your mattress through a hose system, and you will have to connect it to your Wi-Fi network if you do have Wi-Fi. That will definitely help. If you don't have Wi-Fi, this thing probably won't work, so it's something to keep in mind. Now that we got all of that stuff out of the way, let's cover some of the fun stuff. What does the 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover do really well? Well, the main thing that it does excellent is temperature control. The cover is divided in half, so you can have 2 different temperatures on either side. And while a lot of mattress companies claim to be able to regulate your temperature throughout the night, the 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover and the other 8 Sleep beds really can do that. This thing will pump water through the cover, which will change the temperature of your sleeping surface. And it's actually pretty simple in theory, and it works really well. The temperature control is probably the coolest thing about this bed. And since it goes both ways, either hot or cold, you can use this thing year round. If you sleep with a partner, it's really nice to have control of either side of the bed. So you could turn one up to 10 and make it really hot, and you could turn the other really cold. This might be good if you and your partner like to sleep at different sleeping temperatures. Now, the other thing that this bed does that's really cool is their sleep tracking technology that is all sent to the app and has data in your phone. Now, since I'm a certified sleep science coach over here at the Slumber Yard, I find this stuff to be really interesting. But for the average person that might not be that into sleep, it's just another feature. But if you do really want to know about how you sleep and how good of sleep you're getting without wearing one of those wearables or something, this is a cool thing to have. Now, having this all built into the bed is a pretty nice feature to have because I've tried going to sleep with a wearable or one of those things that's supposed to track your sleep, and I always find that they, are just weird and awkward to sleep in, and I never have a good night's sleep with one of those on. But with this bed, you can actually have a good night's sleep and still get all that data. Now, the next cool feature this bed has is their built-in bed alarm, and it'll basically vibrate a little bit to jostle you awake. I tried it a couple times, and it's not like the thing that I'm gonna use for the rest of time. It's cool to have, and if you are afraid of earthquakes, you probably won't wanna use this thing, but it is a nice feature, and I'll probably try it out a couple more times. Another thing is the app integration. The app looks really clean and nice. It has great controls, and we tried out an old version of the 8 Sleep Pod, and it had an older app, and they have definitely come a long way to making this app usable and great looking. Now I want to take a quick break to touch on our monthly mattress giveaway club. Every single month we give away a brand new queen size mattress to one lucky winner. You won't be able to win the 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover because it's not a mattress, but you can check down below in the description to see all of the details about what you can potentially win and how you can potentially win. But let's get back into this review about things that I disliked about the 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover. Now, dislike is pretty much the wrong term. This is pretty much things that the 8 Sleep brand can do better. And we have noticed that the 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover is leaps and bounds better than some of the earlier versions that we tested, so we expect them to keep making enhancements to their products. But getting right into this critical look of my own personal opinions, I just want to say that the cover feels a little bit odd. Now, this is definitely a step up from some of the old 8 Sleep Pod mattresses that we've tried. This new one has some comfort foams that's basically trying to mask the feel of the cooling system that runs through the bed. Now, if you are very sensitive, you might notice the feel, but I would be willing to guess that most probably won't even notice it. The cover will probably firm up your bed ever so slightly, so keep that in mind. Another thing that has to do with firmness and feel is that there is a seam in the middle of the Pod Pro cover. Now that's basically so you can have 2 different temperatures on either side, but if you do like to sleep right in the middle of the bed, you might notice this thing. I did a couple times and it's just something that I want to report on. The hub also makes a pretty quiet noise. If your room is completely silent and you live out in the middle of nowhere, you will probably notice this thing, but if you live in a bustling city, it'll probably just blend in and be white noise. Now, the last thing I noticed is there were some Wi-Fi connectivity issues. Getting it on the Wi-Fi was no trouble, but sometimes after I wake up in the morning, the thing had disconnected throughout the night. Now this may be because of my Wi-Fi setup. There's really no way of knowing, or my provider or whatnot, but hopefully you don't have these similar issues. Now those were just some minor things that I noticed after trying the bed out, but now I want to talk directly to 8 Sleep. If you're listening, 8 Sleep, here are some things that are basically on my wish list of features to add. The first one, make this thing work with adjustable bases. You see, the Pod Pro cover that I have has these bars in the middle, and if you decided to adjust it, it might break something. Come on, let's make one that works for adjustable bases. Next, iPhone widgets. If you could make a widget on the iPhone screen to control it directly from the home screen, that would be great. Next, continue to mitigate that bumpy feeling. If you can make the grid that has all the water veins in it feel completely like a normal bed, I think you're well on your way, and having a completely silent hub would be great too. Now, price-wise, the 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover goes for around $1,400 for a queen size. We might have a discount for you. Check down below in the description, and also in the description you can see if that's the current price. Sometimes mattress brands like to change the prices of their products, so go down there to see whatever is current. And those are all the main things to consider if you're thinking about going with the 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover. It's a great new piece of technology, but basically let's try to answer the questions of who is this thing best for and who should end up getting this thing? Well, I couldn't see you going wrong with this cover if you're looking for something to actively cool you down or heat you up at night. You're a fan of new technology and want to be able to actively track your sleep on a nightly basis without any extra wearables, or you and your partner sleep at drastically different temperatures and want to try something completely new. This thing is really cool. It's got some great features that we haven't seen before in a cover, and I think in 1 or 2 more versions, everyone will know about 8 Sleep and it'll be a household name. But that's basically all I have for you today. If you need any more information about this cover or any of the other 8 Sleep products, check our website, myslumberyard.com. We've done full reviews, buyer guides, and so much more about them. If you like this video, feel free to give us a thumbs up on it. Subscribe to the channel to hear all about the latest bed news. And for the rest of the Slumber Yard team, my name is Wes, wishing you a good night's sleep.